Happy video day, guys. Christina Brooke here. So today I decided, why don't I do one of my monthly favorites? It is the end of June. Oh my God. I cannot believe this, guys. Like, literally June is gone. Yeah, no, this is too shocking for me how quickly the time is flying. But I wanted to share with you guys some of my favorite products that I have been using nonstop. And if you guys follow me over on Instagram, then you guys probably know already that this weekend or last weekend, I took a quick little beach vacation getaway to my family's beach house. And I was able to enjoy so much time there in the Keys. I was so excited. And I said, you know what? I took a lot of my favorite makeup with me because I was doing a bunch of different photos for Instagram there. So I needed to take my favorite products, like the stuff that I love the way it looks, with me on my vacation. So I decided, why don't I just pull out traveling case here to show you guys the products that I took along with me. And if there was anything that maybe I didn't put in here that I know I really, really love, I pulled it out as well. But I'll tell you guys that I think everything I basically took. I think I only had to add like one product. But yeah, guys, we've got a lot of real amazing makeup here. So we're gonna go ahead and run through all of this. But of course, if you're not subscribed to the channel already, don't forget to go ahead and hit subscribe. I also wanted to let you guys know that the giveaways that I do have going on the channel have not closed yet, but I'm going to be picking a winner for the Kaleidos, also for the Natasha Denona giveaway. All of it's going to be picked at the same exact time. I just have to get a minute to sit there and like pick the winner. So if you haven't entered in those giveaways, you could still enter in them, but the winner is coming very, very soon. Let's go ahead. Let's jump into all of this. A lot to share with you guys, and let's get into it right now. So let's just go over my favorite product that you guys, I think you guys know this. Do I have to give this an intro? The LYS foundation. This came along with me. I love this stuff. MG5, my favorite foundation. I found it this year. I'm obsessed with it. I have it on today. 90% of the time that I'm filming lately, this is what I'm wearing. Anytime I do photography, this is what I put on. It looks great on camera, looks great in person, and looks great in photos. It's like a triple win for me. I really love this stuff, and yeah, I've talked about this a lot, and it really is a favorite product. I've tried other foundations this year. I mean, there's been good stuff, but that's like takes the cake. So let's quickly talk about a primer, okay? So this primer, guys, is so good. So I tried this in my e.l.f. video where I was trying all of you guys' favorite e.l.f. products, and this is something that has stood out to me, and I really love this primer. So the e.l.f. Luminous Putty Primer is what I take with me. I actually do not wear this when I shoot photography because I don't want that much luminosity on the skin, because in photos that might bounce back a little weird. But when I'm doing like daily life, I put this on because I love that glowy skin look. It looks so radiant and pretty. So I definitely usually just put like a little foundation on top of this. So I put this all over the skin, and then I'll pat like a few little dots of this foundation, especially when I want to look a little bit more covered up. Little tiny dots on the skin and blend it all together, and it just looks amazing. I call this like my Charlotte Tilbury Flawless Filter. Like the what, $6 version? I don't know. This is between $6 and $12. I'm not sure which one it is, or it might even be cheaper, but this is amazing. So if you guys have liked the Charlotte Tilbury Flawless Filter, maybe give this a little go and see if you like this, if you don't want to spend the money on a more expensive high-end product. I really like this, and yeah, it came with me, and that's what I wore like on daily days. Like if I was just like hanging out by the hammock and I don't want to not have makeup on, I would put that on with a few little dots of foundation or some concealer, and it just looks so cool. So let's talk about the powder, because I did take two different powders with me. One of them that was primarily used for photography, and it's my favorite for photography, and the other one was my daily. So I love this Hourglass Ambient Edit. This is the Golden Bronze Light. So this is the one that came out last year. It was supposed to be the one for deeper skin tones, but in reality, it's more for a light medium skin tone. And the other Hourglass products, their ambients, are just so light on my skin that I never really love them. This is the first one that they have released that for my skin tone actually gives me a hint of color. It's not going to bronze my skin, and I don't use it for that. What I do is I grab into these two right here, and I'll kind of like put it all over the face, and it just gives you this really pretty veil. It's really, really beautiful. And then I'll just add a little bit of this one in. Like I kind of like swirl them all together. I swirl them all together. Everything just gets mixed together here, and I just put it over the skin. Gives me a little bit of color, but it doesn't really bronze the skin, but it gives a little bit of color, and it just looks, oh my God, it's so beautiful. And Hourglass has said that the deep version of this powder is coming in the fall. I'm hoping that the deep version that comes out in the fall is really catered towards the deeper skin tones and that everybody can enjoy this powder because it's beautiful, and I really love the formula of it. All right, so let's move on to a powder that I really honestly love. This powder, it's one of my favorite all-time favorite powders, but when it comes to camera work, I love this powder even more because it does mattify the skin for taking pictures. And Charlotte Tilbury, this is the airbrush powder. I wear it in 2 medium. It is beautiful and it just looks amazing on my skin. I love the mattified effect that it gives me. So usually when I want to look a little bit more radiant, so let's say day to day, every single day, I use this because I love that radiance. Like it's almost like a veil that it puts over the skin. It's so beautiful and it kind of filters you a little. But this powder is more like a powder. It's not heavy, but it does mattify the skin. So if I'm going to be in pictures, I definitely want a more mattified skin look. So that's why I would use this. So when it came to my photography, I wanted to have this, but when it came to my daily, I wanted to have this. So these two powders, guys, are phenomenal, and they're like in my arsenal of amazingness until I can find something that I like a little bit more. When it comes to bronzers, I did have a little selection here. I took my Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Flawless Filter. Oh my goodness, this is the best bronzer ever. I wear it in the color 3, which is a little bit deeper. I love the way it looks on my skin. It's not too orange. It actually gives me like a real tan effect. I have it on today. I love this stuff. Like, I can't put it down. Like, I know there's other products that are very similar to it, or there's some that I feel like are kind of dupable, but there is nothing like this powder 100%. I love the bronze that it gives. It really looks like your skin. It's just honestly amazing. My favorite bronzer, and yeah, that's why I went with me, because I like can't live without it. So another product that I did take as well, and this was because I knew I was gonna be outside a lot. And when you're outside and you're in the heat, sometimes you don't want to use powders. You want creams because you just want it to look a little bit more natural. You also want people to think you're not wearing makeup. So I took my e.l.f. Putty Bronzer. So you guys probably just saw the video on this product, but I love this. So I did take it in both of the colors, the Bronzed Belle, and also this one here is Tan Lines. And I did use them just on my regular like hanging out days. I love it. It is so beautiful. This bronzer is phenomenal. I also love the brush that it came with. It's something else I took with me in order to blend out the lines. It just works so good. So if you guys are looking for a cream bronzer, I like this stuff a lot. I know there's some higher end ones that are really good too, but you know, if you find something that's not that expensive and it works really good, I mean, it works really good and it's not that expensive. So that stuff, really, really good. Really love it. Move on to some eyeshadows because I took a few different eyeshadow options, but I'm not very shocked with what I took because I think I just finished doing a video just recently of my favorite products that have released this year, and it just so happens that the products that I took were basically the products that I talked about. So the first one is this one that I took, and I actually did not use this, but that's because I didn't go anywhere like out. But this is the Pat McGrath Venus in Floors palette. It's what I have on my eyes today. I can't get enough of this. I cannot get enough of this. I think this is my favorite Pat McGrath palette ever. It is not like the most unique colors. It's not like anything like, oh my goodness, but oh my goodness, do all these colors look amazing together. And there's this amazing glitter formula here that's just like spectacular. This is one of her best releases when it comes to these compacts that I have seen. It's $58, or was it 58 or 68? I think it's $58. Well spent in my opinion, because I am using that nonstop. It's so beautiful, and I can't get over this mauvey brown. It's perfect for my skin tone, my hair color, everything. obsessed. So the other palette that I took too was the Patrick Ta palette. I honestly am obsessed with this one as well. I've told you guys that this is pretty dupeable. I mean, you could find very similar colors in your collection. However, the reason that I like this so much is because of the formulas in it. You get metallics, then you have the matte formula that's super, super good. You have your creams here, you get these glitters. It's like very different. Like you have a lot of options when it comes to wanting to add a little pizzazz or dying down a look. So that's why I took it with me, because I knew that this might be something I'd want to take, especially for the photos. And I did use this in order to kind of like smoke out my eyes, and I used it on a daily basis as well. So this is a like awesome palette, especially if you're like me and you like to change up your look, but you don't want to play too much with color. You just want something a little bit more neutral, but you want pizzazz. This is so beautiful. Like honestly, love that palette. It's spectacular. And then finally, I also took the Huda Beauty Brown Obsessions. Now I took this because I just know how much I love this color palette. This is so pretty. I've created such beautiful eye looks with it, and I figured that this would be something that would be very easy to use. I wouldn't have to think too much. I can do beautiful looks with it. It has everything I need. I actually did not end up using this, but it's a favorite. It was something that like when I thought of like what I need, that jumped in here. Okay, so let's talk about mascara. I have my favorite Tarte lash curler. So this actually came with a mascara, and this was a holiday. I'm gonna see if I could find the same one. This is the best lash curler ever. Like I use this so much. And guys, I sometimes use it after I put on my mascara, but my mascara has to be dry. And yes, I do it. I do that. I mean, I don't squeeze too hard, but it just, oh my God, it's just a beautiful lash curler. I use it basically all the time. Like I really love that lash curler. It's my favorite. And then L'Oreal. This is the best mascara. I've tried so many mascaras, guys, and I cannot, like, L'Oreal Lash Paradise is the ultimate mascara. It is the best. Like, look, if you're using high-end mascaras and you love them, awesome. But if you want to like just take a little break, let's say you're going through that tube a little too quickly and you don't feel like spending like another 30, 40 bucks and you want to take something, you know, like a little break, a little filler mascara, maybe a daily mascara, try the L'Oreal Lash Paradise. I think you'll love it, especially if you like length and volume. I think it's amazing. Now, when it comes to blush, I think that this one might shock some of you guys because I did not put this in my best of the year, and that's because I couldn't because of the formula that I picked up. But I did tell you guys I really like the blush, so I did take my Pat McGrath blush, okay? Is Nude Venus. I love the color of Nude Venus, okay? So the color is very, very pretty. I also love the formula. But I just don't love the little tiny glitters that I get on my skin, okay? So it kind of annoys me, right? But I really like the color in the formula. So when I was thinking of which blush to bring just for powder, this is the one I grabbed. So you know that I'm drawn to something about these blushes since I'm taking it with me somewhere. So I do think that this is good. And I believe that the other formulas, like the ones that don't have the glitter in them, I'm probably going to love because I really like this one. And I will tell you guys, as I've been using it, there's been less glitter in it. It's still in there. It's just not doing as much as it did when I first started using it. I also think that there's something about spending like $30-something on a blush that you're just like, you know, I'm just gonna take it with me everywhere and use it until it's gone. I also took a cream blush, and the one I took was actually from Pixi. So I took the Pixi On The Glow blush. So I really like this, okay? It looks like a deodorant. It is the strangest compact, really. It's really weird because it's just like, you know, it's a strange compact. But this stuff is really good. I really like the way that it comes off on the skin. I also use it on top of powders. I usually just kind of like just dab it in, and I like the way it looks. It looks really pretty. So I took this with me so that when I was gonna just do like very natural makeup, I could just throw this on, and I did actually use it. Oh, let's talk about the concealer combination that I've been using because it's such a weird one. Honestly, guys, this is a favorite concealer combination right now. But when one of these products ends, I'm gonna not repurchase it. So this is where it gets a little confusing. So this has been my favorite combination right now. So I'm using the Marc Jacobs Extra Shot mixed with my Too Faced Multi-Sculpt Concealer. So these two together have been a favorite. Now the reason is because, okay, this extra shot is a little too light on the inner portion of the eye, and then I get this color, which is too dark, and I kind of like just put it all over here, and then I blend them together, and they just do like a very beautiful blend. Now, both of these products mixed together, I'm kind of like obsessed with them, but I don't like the extra shot on its own. But I do like this one on its own, but I can't use it on its own because it's too dark. So that's why these two together really work amazing for me. Now, when the extra shot is over, I'm not really interested in repurchasing it. But when the Born This Way concealer is over, this Multi-Sculpt concealer is going to be repurchased by me in the correct shade. I love this stuff. It's so amazing. Like, it's like I can mix it with like almost any concealer, and it changes the concealers. Like, if you have a really light concealer that's like completely off, and you buy this one in the wrong color, it changes every concealer. It makes them good. Okay, let's talk about eyebrows. This is my new favorite combo right now. It's so funny to me because this year I found my favorite eyebrow pencil in the Benefit Precisely My Brow until I tried this. The e.l.f. Ultra Precise Brow Pencil. Yes, guys, it is e.l.f. And this is so funny to me because I always thought, like, as you know, like there's certain things that you don't want to like not buy expensive because you want them to look good. Eyebrows is kind of like that thing, you know, like if you do your eyebrows like really off, it can look terrible. And that's so like, it's so pronounced on your face, you know? Okay, I love this brow pencil, and I usually spend like a lot of money on brow pencils. I usually will buy the Anastasia or the Benefit one during the Sephora sale, and I'll usually buy like 5 or 6 of them so I don't have to buy it at full price. But now I'm thinking, oh my goodness, now that I like this so much, I may only buy like 1 or 2 during the Sephora sale and just use these in between because this is just so good. Or eventually, I might just use this on its own because honestly, this combination has been amazing for me. The e.l.f. Brow Pencil with the Merit Pomade. So the pomade from Merit, it's so pretty. It's not like one that makes your eyebrows look super dark. It just kind of like elevates, but it does add a little bit of color. I really like this stuff. So what I've been doing is I do my brows with this, I fill it in, I make it look very natural, and then after I'm done, I'll get this brow pomade and just like go like this over the brow, let it dry, and then I go in with the brow pencil spoolie and I kind of just go over it one more time. I'm obsessed, okay? So also the colors of these, I also think it's also the colors of these. I get this one in neutral brown, and this brow pomade I get in brown. I really like the combo. It looks better. It looks a lot better with my lighter hair that I have right now. It just, I don't know. I just see a big difference. Okay, so eyeliner. Hank and Henry. This is like so funny because I actually got this in a BoxyCharm. I don't even know if I'll be able to find it for you guys, but this is the Slice With It liner. I don't know if that's even the name. Blickety Black is the name of it, but this is the best liquid liner I have tried in a long time. I have tried to grab other liquid liners, and I'm like, no, let me just grab that Hank and Henry one. This is just so, so good. I really, really love this stuff, and I would repurchase it, even though I don't even think it's like sold at Sephora or any brand like that. Okay. Oh my goodness, I forgot about my favorite product. I mean, if we're talking about favorites, how could I not talk about the Bobbi Brown corrector? I literally live for this stuff. You guys will see. Look at this. I mean, come on. Tell me that this is not a favorite. I'm almost out of it. I use it every single day. It doesn't matter what kind of makeup I'm going to wear, I use this. So I get it in light to medium bisque. What I do is I'll grab a little bit on my finger and I dab it in the innermost portion of my eye. I also put it right here where I have a dark circle, and then I cover that with concealer, and it cancels the blue lines, and it just looks so like, I don't know, it makes your eyes look bright and beautiful more than just trying to pack on concealer would do, because you end up using less concealer because there's less to cover. I love this stuff. I think it's like literally my favorite under eye corrector I've ever tried in the world. Okay, so lipsticks. I did take my favorite Charlotte Tilbury Nude Romance lipstick. So I actually don't have it. It's inside my purse. I take it with me everywhere. It's my favorite lipstick ever. I'm just gonna show a picture because if I have to try to find my purse right now, this video is never gonna end. But that lipstick is the best lipstick ever, and I've shown it in so many videos because I literally love it. But I also took my Mario palette. Now you guys know I was a huge fan of this. I love this Mario palette. I took this with me because I wasn't sure what kind of looks I wanted to do. And this gives you all the colors of the rainbow that you can create whatever lipstick color you want. Today's lipstick is actually from this palette. I just mixed in a few different colors and created today's look. And I took this primarily because I was going to take photos. And how about if I wanted to wear something a little bit deeper and I could change my lip to something red, or if I wanted to have something a little bit more natural, I could do nude. Like, I had so many options from this, and that's why I feel like this type of products is just, it's like one of those that you don't realize that you want it, but then when you have it, you're like, how did I live without having a lip palette? You know, I feel like this is so handy. If I was going on a vacation, I would probably just take this lip palette with me. I have every color in the rainbow in here. It's a beautiful formula. It looks great, and I just really honestly love it. I think he did an amazing job picking colors, and they all look great on me. So I love that lip palette. But because it's more mattified, what I usually do is I take this with me. So this is the Marc J. It's the Hydrating Lip Gloss Stick. I love this stuff, okay? So I like it in this color. This is Preach. You probably can get these on sale because something's happening with Marc Jacobs if you have not noticed. I think everything is on sale. But this is the most beautiful gloss. What I'll do is I'll just put it in the center of the lips, go like this, and it just gives you a little glossy effect. I'll just kind of do it right now. And since it's like peachy, it makes all the lips kind of look a little peachier, and I love a good peach lip. So this is my favorite lip gloss to take with me everywhere. It's also not sticky. So it's not like one of those lip glosses that you're like, oh my God, I'm so sticky. You know, like it doesn't stick that much, so it just makes you look like you have a glossy lip, but it's not like sticky glossy. Natasha Denona Julia lip liner is something that I can't live without. I love this lip liner. It's one of my favorites. It's actually been used a little bit more by me than even my Wear Over Walnut from Makeup Forever, which is another huge favorite, but I have been using this one quite a lot. And two last products to share with you guys. For liner, I took this. So this right here is from By Mario. So this is the Mario line, and I love this eyeliner, the Master Pro Pigment, and it's in perfect brown. It really is the perfect brown. I love this to kind of just add a little tiny wing and smoke it out. I love like that messed up smoky line. It just looks incredible. I took this with me, and it's like my favorite brown liner right now. And finally, my favorite highlight. I took my Pat McGrath highlight. You guys know that this is my favorite. I literally have been raving about this. I am making a dent in it, and it's a highlight, which is so weird because I don't wear highlight that much, but I literally want to put this on my face because it doesn't look like a streak. It just like adds like glowiness to you. It's just so incredibly beautiful, and I'm like literally obsessed. All right, guys, so that was my favorites. Those are my favorite products right now. Those are the things that I literally reached for when I knew that I had to do like a photo shoot. I knew I needed like my best of my best makeup, and I wanted to take everything with me that I loved. This is what I took. So you guys know that these are things that I'm like obsessed with. So I hope this video wasn't too long, but I wanted to share with you guys all of these amazing products. If you haven't done so already and you feel like subscribing, don't forget to do that. Go ahead and hit subscribe, like this video, leave me your comments down below, and I will talk with you guys in my next video. Bye.